Hey, Froggy, how's it going? The notification just went out, so people should know that I'm live streaming now. So you're first, yeah? McFreddy? No, McFreddy's here. Hello, McFreddy. Antiseptic-Eye Glitch. Never heard of you, but hi. Have we met before? Anyways, today I will be reacting to, by the title, I will be doing some scary stories. We'll be going to Mr. Nightmare's channel, and we'll be watching some. So this should be fun. This should be so much fun, guys. Hey, Diego's here. Guys, it is brought to my attention that apparently, before we start these scary stories, it is brought to my attention that Pink Friday has made another video, and it is a Q&A video. Anyways, if we ever, guess what? This stream is called Reacting to Scary Stories. That is already a scary story itself, if you want to say it. But, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna watch. Now, let me pull up another tab here and just get to the chat. Because, like, this chat could be delayed from my phone, but, like, on the computer, it's probably not. Also, Leaf inspired me to stream today because he wanted me to go on the dark web. I'm not doing that, but, like, I still have, Wait, let's react to Pink Friday since she herself is a scary story. I'm not saying this stream you will enjoy. I'm talking about the Monday or Tuesday. Okay. So, someone said to me that they want me to react to Pink Friday's video. You guys let me know. Do you want me to actually do that or no? You guys can let me know in the chat. Uh-oh. It seems like it's taking me a while to look at my screen. Me looking at the thumbnail, throw up face. I want dark web. No, Pink Friday, please. Okay, Guppy, I'm not doing the dark web. How many times do I have to say it? I can't do the dark web. I'm not doing it. I've heard the stories. I've heard what's happened, alright? I'm not doing the dark web. Alright, if I get kidnapped, if someone tracks me down, if I get gunshot, if I get swatted, then I'm just gonna... That's on you guys. Hey, guys, how about you do the dark web yourself since you love it so much? Okay, so dark web or Pink Friday, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be reacting to Pink Friday's new video because apparently she has a Q&A video. Hey, Xeon, how's it going? Guys, I swear to God, you guys gotta stop spamming dark web. I swear to God. It's a holiday? Is it really? I don't want stupid pink, I want dark. No dark web or timeout. I swear to God, if you guys keep spamming dark web, I'm about to yeah, I agree with McFreddy. I'm about to time out some people. Bye, Guppy. If he's actually gonna leave. Alright, well, I'm not doing dark web. Stop. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, here we go, guys. Pink Friday's new video is out. I feel like I'm already going to be losing a lot of viewers for this, but hey. Diego wanted me to do it. Okay, fine, guys. You have the choice. Either type 1 in the chat for Mr. Nightmare, or type 2 in the chat for Pink Friday's new video. Your choice. Her audio is trash. Pink Friday sucks. Watch something else actually scary. Yeah, Pink Friday's scary herself, though. I'm gonna continue watching Markiplier. Bye. All right, man. I don't like Pink Friday. Okay, so we got some 1s. We got some 1-2s. Fun time. You're gonna have to choose 1 or 2. You can't choose both. Guys, I'm not doing the dark web. I said it like 5 times. Sorry, Diego, but everybody's spamming 1s. So, sorry. Maybe another time. Maybe, Diego, we'll do like a Discord call later. I'll do it from there. But anyways, let's go ahead. We're going to watch Mr. Nightmare's new video. This is called 3 True Scary Biking/Bicycle Stories. This is a new video. It came out 3 days ago. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this now. Full screen.
When I was a little younger, I enjoyed off-road biking, like on bike trails in the woods. Living in rural Massachusetts, I always did a lot of exploring, usually on my bike. One of those many days that I was feeling adventurous, I got on my bike and rode down Irving Street, the road my parents' old house sat on. This road went a long way down, and it basically just ran through trees in all directions, with the occasional farmland. I'd usually cut off this road onto an intersecting road, where I'd just ride into the woods through one of the dirt paths. This particular day, I kept going further than usual on Irving Street, hoping to find these cool bike trails one of my friends told me about a few days prior. He said the entrance would be a little past a deer crossing sign. I didn't find the sign though, but I did find a trail that veered off the road into the woods. It was wide enough to easily navigate on my bike. So I turned off Irving Street and onto the dirt trail, which immediately dropped to a decline, allowing me to instantly pick up speed. I still don't know if these were the trails my friend was actually talking about or not, but they were fun to ride on, as they were very hilly and windy. I just rode around the apparent maze of trails, having fun exploring, until I started to get thirsty and realized I had forgotten my water bottle at home. Of course. So I decided to cut my bike ride short and start looking for the way back to the road.
Fun fact, guys, I actually haven't rode a bike in about like 2 years, so... And I've always remembered having fun riding those things, so, like... I guess I'm gonna have to probably wait another year or 2 till I can actually ride a bike again.
I rode around the trails trying to remember which way I came from, but it was literally a maze. Irving Street was a very quiet road, so hoping to hear the sound of traffic was kind of pointless. This was back when flip phones were a thing, and I didn't even have a cell phone yet, honestly, so I couldn't exactly just whip out my iPhone to look for directions. Then I realized I wasn't alone in the woods. There was a woman not too far away from me, just standing there watching me, kind of creepily.
Oh,
she was
shit.
older, probably 60s. I called out to her asking
Don't do that to me!
She replied in a low voice, yet I could somehow make out what she said. She said, "You shouldn't be in here." I apologized and asked for directions one more time, but she said, "Get out now," in a disturbingly sadistic way. I wasn't staying there another second. I rode off down the trail, resuming trying to find the road again. But from that moment forward, every 5 minutes or so, I'd see that lady, not too far away, always looking at me. This went on for some time, to the point that I got so uncomfortable that I hid behind this giant stone for a while once I lost sight of her. I waited for a long time, and it was getting dark quickly. I swear I was starting to freak out. Another half hour of trying to navigate this maze, and it was getting too dark to even make my way around on the bike. I could barely see the trails now. I was so tired I had to sit and take a breather, but but something in my gut told me I was being watched. Like, you ever just get that feeling that you can sense the presence of someone else around you?
Yep.
I was right, because the old woman's voice broke the silence.
Oh.
She said, "Come here."
No.
Low voice, almost a whisper.
Mm-mm.
This meant she was currently closer to me than I was comfortable with. I couldn't see a thing. I held myself together until she started making these cackling sounds. And that's when I lost it. I threw my bike to the floor. That was the last time I ever saw it. I started screaming, running through the woods. The
You're
nightmare of
such an
trying to
idiot.
find my way out of the woods finally ended when I saw the lights from a house not too far away. I ran as fast as I could to it and rang the doorbell. An older man answered the door and asked him for help, for some water and a ride or something. Thankfully, he was nice and happily offered to give me a ride to my house. He seemed particularly freaked out when I told him about the creepy woman in the woods. He said 3 people had gone missing in our county just that month alone. He also knew the trails I was talking about and said they were not privately owned by any woman, making the situation even weirder. I, of course, was furious about leaving my bike behind, but I had to get out of there. That woman had been stalking me riding
It's
on my
either
bike
life
for
or death,
potentially
buddy.
hours. She was basically right in front of me in that pitch blackness.
Okay, well, that was story 1. Last time I rode a bike, I almost hit a poor girl. Well, that's by it's not. Did Guppy leave, or is he just saying that just because he wants me to actually do dark web? Oh man, now I'm gonna be bored. You actually bored for my content, bro? Like, come on now. You should do Among Us server. Yeah, maybe. Last time I rode a bike, okay, I already read that. Ads. Yeah, ads are gonna be a problem, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. No ads. No ads for this. Okay. Okay. All right, let's react to the second story, not your content. Guys, you gotta understand, I've heard the stories that happened on the dark web. I'm not doing it. It's like you guys asking me to play a Ouija board. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not having no spirits haunt my room for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna have that.
I was in the app Letgo one day. I came across a list.
Okay. If you guys don't know what Letgo is a app where you take a picture of something that you don't need anymore and you sell it for like a good price, and someone will meet you up somewhere and they will give you the money for it, and then you give them your item. That's basically what Letgo is. So just to let you guys know for when they say let go for this story.
For a free bike. It was a black Trek brand bike, which is a top bicycle brand. At the time, my bike was an old piece of crap Schwinn that I hadn't used in years, so obviously this listing caught my eye. I contacted the lister, asking for more details, like if the bike was actually free, and where and when would I be able to pick it up. The lister responded relatively quickly, saying yes, it's for free, and said first come, first serve, but to hurry because a lot of people were contacting him. I asked him for the location or address, and he sent me coordinates. That should have been my first red flag. Who sends coordinates? I asked him, how am I supposed to track the coordinates? He said download an app on my phone. Then I asked, is there a nearby address you could just give me? He said not really, because he was keeping his address to himself for privacy reasons, and there weren't really any nearby notable locations. So he gave me a phone number to text him, told me his name was Gene, and we set a meet time of 6 p.m., as that worked for both of our schedules. I downloaded this GPS coordinates tracker app, and the coordinates led me on a 25-minute drive. As I got closer and there was nothing but woods on either side of me, I started to wonder where exactly these coordinates would be taking me. I was now 2 minutes away, and it seemed I was as far as I was going to get with my car. Exactly what I was worried about came true. I'd have to cut through the woods to get to these coordinates. I parked my car on the side of the road, but before heading into the woods like a clueless madman, I texted Gene saying I was parked on the side of a desolate road next to woods on either side, and that the app was pointing me in the direction of the woods. He replied back a minute later saying, yeah, this area is sketchy that way. It would probably be better if you just cut through the woods instead of looking for the trail. If you follow the direction it tells you, you'll find a huge clearing in the woods where I'm waiting with the bike.
Uh-oh.
I already drove this far. I figured I might as well.
You should know that if someone decides to send you coordinates, or however you say it, I don't know if I said it right, but if someone decides to send you coordinates, Why would you take the offer? Why can't you just say, like, it's an address? Also, this guy's stupid for, like, following this guy's directions. He wants a simple bike, and he has to use coordinates? It's so stupid. Hey, Michelle, welcome back. After seeing Belle's channel was back, I don't think you guys would have saw me cuss. I was about to fly a plane into the sun for the second time, but I'm back. Who says, yeah, I live 17.943 degrees north? No one? Oh my god. Alright, let's continue the story.
Well, just see this through, even if I was finding this increasingly bizarre. I started my way into the woods, swiping twigs and leaves out of my way as I did my best to make it through the thick woods. I wasn't dressed for this at all, though. I did this for probably 4 minutes until I saw I was approaching the coordinates on my phone, but I didn't see any clearing in the woods ahead of me. Something wasn't right, so before going any further, I texted Jean again, saying I'm just about to be there, but can't see the clearing in the woods. I said maybe I have the wrong coordinates. A minute passed without an answer, so I tried to call him, but it went to voicemail after 1 ring. Then he texted back saying, I have bad service, I can't talk on the phone. I asked him where should I go, I think I'm lost. He didn't answer. I waited and waited, hoping he would, but nothing. After a couple more minutes, I called it quits. I started to feel like this was all fake from the start, and I was becoming paranoid of my surroundings. The sun was going down, so I hurried back in the direction I came. I thought I would be followed, but as I looked back behind me constantly, I didn't see anyone. I made it back to my car to make a shocking discovery. All 4 of my tires were slashed.
Oh.
My body entered a fight or flight mode before even seeing who did this. I approached the door of the car, wondering if I should hide inside and lock the door, but as I looked into the car, I could see someone laying on the back floor hiding. I chose my flight response. I sprinted all the way down the road, saying screw the piece of crap car. I heard my car door open and slam shut. When I turned around, I just briefly saw someone running into the woods. I took out my phone and of course called 911, asking them to please hurry to my location that I'd be running down the road. 15 minutes or so later, a police car finally approached me with its lights on. They escorted me back to the scene of the crime, my car, and took a police report, which included every detail like the slashed tires and the text conversation. They accompanied me as I waited for my roadside assistance company to come and tow my car. I was brought safely to a shop where they changed my tires on the spot. The only thing I worried about was that man Gene getting my license plate number and possibly tracking me with it. But to this day he hasn't. So I like to think I'm safe from that.
Alright, an ad is about to come up. But yeah, that's the story. I'm still Charzilla, and Justin, please call Justin, don't forget. Yeah, I won't. Finally, he realized how stupid Exactly! He's so stupid for the coordinates thing. This is the final story, and then we'll react to, I guess, another one. I looked back, I saw someone run into the woods, and then a voice in my head said, oh, it's just my freaking grandpa. Is he dead or alive? Dead man running. I don't know. I'm okay.
When I was a teenager, before my friends and I had our driver's licenses, our main means of transportation was our bikes. Our town isn't that big, and all of us live a short bike ride away conveniently. We'd often go for bike rides during the day, just around the neighborhood for fun. But we really liked going for bike rides at night, especially in the town area on Main Street by the bars and hubbub.
Okay, here's a little fact. When I was actually riding my bike, I would really want to ride it at night, but my parents were like, no, you can't ride your bike in the middle of the night. You know how many like strangers are out, especially during the summer. And I'm like, well, there goes my fun in bike riding. Miss you guys, I've been gone for 2 weeks, no joke. Yeah, I know, it's been a while.
It was a Friday night, pretty late, probably approaching midnight. I biked to Main Street with my friends Jackson and Roddy. It was a 15-minute bike ride from us. There were still some people out walking around down the street. Of course, we were only like 15 or 16, so we weren't actually going into any bars, just riding around for the vibe. We hung out in one of the parking lots on the street that we'd often just chill at. At that hour, there weren't many cars left in the parking lot. It was quieting down for the night.
Not that many cars. Didn't you just say it was a Friday night? Because in my neighborhood, in my main street that I don't live on, but like there's a main street nearby where I live. There's a lot of bars on Friday nights it is crowded, and you're telling me it's not crowded on Friday nights? This must be fake. This already must be fake by the start of it. Just joking.
Roddy was the one to notice when a car pulled into the lot with its lights off and kind of parked conspicuously, in a way that it was facing us. After a few minutes, Jackson pointed out that he was pretty sure the guy in the car looked like he was watching us, so we started to migrate our hangout elsewhere. We biked out the exit of the parking lot and back onto Main Street.
Why? Swear to God, you do that again. I know that was him. I mean, it says it right there. You missed a call from Leaf that lasted a few seconds. He's probably mad. He's probably mad that I'm not doing the dark web, so he's calling me every time I play this story.
The parking lot shortly after us. We all knew just by a single glance at each other, and didn't even have to speak a single word to know to start pedaling fast down the road. The car trailed us, but not too close behind. The driver must have somehow thought we weren't aware of it. He still had his lights off, not to mention. I said let's get to my house, instead of just aimlessly biking around trying to lose him in the streets. My house was the closest. It took us only like 5 minutes to get there. Before the car could turn the corner onto my street, we hurried to my backyard gate and rushed inside before he could see. We entered my house through the back door. My dad was still awake, surprisingly, in the living room. He was watching a movie. We all asked him if he could check outside if the car was anywhere out there. He stepped outside for a second, then came back inside saying the coast was clear. He said we were smart to bike away as soon as we were suspicious. Anyway, my dad went to bed after his movie. And usually he wanted my friends out by that point, so Jackson and Roddy left on their bikes. I swear it wasn't even 20 minutes later that I got out of my bed after hearing something from the backyard. I went to my window and looked down to the backyard. I lifted my window up a little more, very quietly, just to better hear the sound. It was like this little clicking, rustling sound that would repeat every, 4 seconds. I stuck my head out the window, and I saw the shed door was open, but that didn't answer what that clicking sound was. I went to my dad's room and woke him up. He came with me first to my room, where I showed him the shed door, and then made him listen for the sounds. But now the sounds had stopped. The two of us rushed downstairs to the back door, where we flicked on the backyard light. My dad yanked the back door open and stormed into the yard, yelling for whoever was out there to come out. I worried about him going in the shed alone, so I came with him. But besides all the tools and other basic shed equipment, bikes and other shit like that, there was no one hiding there.
I'm blocking. I'm blocking Leaf off of Discord for the rest of the stream. Okay, let's continue.
We found out on the way back inside the house that the clicking sounds I was hearing was someone trying to tamper with the outside lock, as the entire door handle was completely scraped up and almost ruined. The lock still worked, and that was only the storm door. There was still another door with a working lock behind it, so it was still safe. My dad told me to just go to bed. He'd stay downstairs for the night and keep the outside lights on. He said he had the police come the next morning before I woke up. I'm 99% sure it was that man who followed us in the car. I don't know for sure how or when he found out where I lived, and I'm not sure why he gave up on busting the lock. Anything I say would just be a guess.
Alright, well, the scariest story probably has to go to the first story of a woman following me in the woods. I mean, listen, the second story was a stupid guy. The third story, if that really happened to me, like, it wouldn't really involve, like, finding me or something. Why is he calling you? He should know you don't like that. Yeah. I have to leave. Alright, bye, man. Bye, Diego. I've seen there are new people arriving. Me to introduce myself. I'm Justin. I'm a big jokester. I like to make fun of Baby Pinky and Belle Delphines. And I'm a nice dude somehow. No offense to y'all, but I'm friends with Leaf. And yeah, I agree. Alright, well, I'm probably going to react to one more. Less people in the stream. It's just dark web. I even told him, like, I'm not doing the dark web. And he just calls me now. He tries to make it good. Like, I don't know. It just happens. Alright, next one. This is two true scary Thanksgiving / Black Friday stories. No, I'm happy I was here. Yeah. Here we go.
My dad has always been too nice of a guy, like a pushover. I'll just start the story with that. I don't say it for no reason. We live in uptown Chicago. We don't have a huge family, so our Thanksgiving and Christmas gatherings are always small, like less than 6 people. This was Thanksgiving night of last year, 2019. Dinner was almost done already. My dad was picking up some last-minute foods like stuffing and cranberry sauce at the corner store since we didn't have any. My mom and I started setting the table, while my brother and grandparents sat at the table. My dad finally returned, but with more than just stuffing and cranberry sauce, though. He brought someone along with him. It was this middle-aged, dirty-looking man in a green puffer jacket and black pants. He looked homeless. My dad introduced the man as Stefan, and said he would be joining us for dinner tonight. My brother and I exchanged surprised, uncomfortable looks. Then my mom and I did the same. As my dad started preparing the stuffing, he was telling us how he met Stefan alone in the cold streets, and said we as a Christian family should do the right thing and invite him into dinner, as no one should be alone on Thanksgiving. My grandma invited the man to sit with us. I could tell my mom wasn't comfortable with this, as she whispered stuff in my dad's ear. Too late now, though. The man was already seated at the table. Good thing I didn't sit next to him, because I could smell his clothes from across the table. I didn't understand what my dad was thinking with this. When all the food was finally on the table, everyone sat down, and we did our prayer. My brother and grandma attempted to hold hands with Stefan, but he didn't grab their hands back. I low-key watched him as we all prayed, and he just sat there, his eyes bulgingly wide, his mouth not moving. He just sat there like he didn't want to be there. After the prayer, we all began to eat, and at least 3 of my family members tried talking to him at some point. He didn't seem friendly at all, though. His responses were very dry and one-wordish. It made the dinner a little uncomfortable. I didn't know what my dad saw in this man or why he felt comfortable bringing him into our home. I get trying to help the needy, but there was another way to do it than this. He helped himself to some food, but even the way he ate was really messy. Like his fingers were really greasy, some food got in his hair. It wasn't pleasant to watch. Now you may think I'm just trash-talking a homeless person, so let's move past that. Eventually Stefan said, "Excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom." My dad pointed him in the direction of the bathroom, which was down the half flight of stairs down the hall to the left. He got up, not saying...
You know, it's funny how he says down the hall to the left, because those were the exact words that Trump said when he made that cameo in Home Alone 2.
Thank you. Followed the directions. Once we were sure he was out of earshot, my mom and grandparents started asking questions like, what the hell is wrong with my dad bringing that man in here? My dad whispered that he felt terrible and wanted to do something right. My mom questioned how we were going to get him out of here now. My dad insisted that we were being good people, though, and that we'd agree eventually. We continued eating, so my brother asked, "Where is he? He's been gone a while." We all agreed it was strange, so my dad went down the stairs to the bathroom to look. He came back up a few seconds later saying he wasn't in the bathroom. My grandma's looked very distressed as my grandpa started cursing in Italian. My brother, my dad, and I started checking the whole apartment. My dad was calling Stefan's name the whole time. We checked all the bedrooms, all the closets. Somehow he wasn't anywhere. However, the window in my parents' room was open, enough for someone to climb through. So we assumed the obvious. My mom came in yelling at my dad that this is what happens for him being stupid and letting a potentially dangerous person into our home. We all had to agree, sadly. My dad closed the window, and we tried to go about the rest of our dinner normally. But of course, the whole time we talked about the bizarre encounter. After dinner, we had dessert. Then eventually my grandparents left. The four of us cleaned up the table and dishes. And a couple hours later, everyone dispersed to their rooms for bed. I'm being very loose with the time frame because this was almost a year ago, but I believe it was another hour later that I finally turned off my TV for bed. The silence in the room allowed me to hear it. The breathing. I heard it in my room, not my breathing. I was frozen stiff. I didn't even want to move or sit up. I didn't know where exactly in the room it was coming from. I just looked for the door to my room, trying to sum up the courage to run. I heard the faintest shuffling sounds, like of the fabric of a jacket, and I heard, almost in my ear, shh, and a hand pressed down on my neck. That's when the scream I'd been building up exploded out of my mouth as I literally sprang out from the bed and into the hall, calling for my dad. Everyone came out from their rooms and looked down the hall toward my room when I said Stefan's in there. Shockingly, Stefan stepped out from my room, looked at us, and walked out the front door as my dad yelled at him to get out. Of course, without getting physical because he's a big softie. Stefan was long gone by the time police finally showed up. The police said the important thing was that he left and none of us were hurt, and now just to make sure to lock the door and windows. They took our description of Stefan and they left. I like to think my dad learned his lesson from that. You can't trust everyone you meet. For Black Friday a few years ago, I went to Best Buy. Well, technically it was midnight the night before Black Friday. My local Best Buy is always open late the night before Black Friday. I went with my best friend.
You guys are trolling, bro.
My best friend Taylor.
So story one, guys. What the hell am I watching? Guys, there's no one back there. I know you guys are trolling. I'm not getting up and checking the closet. I'm not doing it. Alright, I'm just looking behind me. No one is there, okay? There may be a silhouette right there, but like that's from the lamp. My LED light.
For Black Friday a few years ago, I went to Best Buy. Well, technically it was midnight the night before Black Friday. My local Best Buy is always open late the night before Black Friday. I went with my best friend Taylor to look for a new laptop and maybe whatever other stuff caught my eye. We split off to look for our own things. While browsing the laptop section, someone in a blue Best Buy shirt approached me asking if I needed help. I gave him specific specs I was interested in, and he started looking around with me. He showed me one laptop he claimed he really liked, then asked me what it was I'd be doing with the laptop. I found it to be a slightly odd question, but maybe it was part of the sales pitch. I said just for school and general web browsing kind of deal. After this point though, he seemed more interested in me rather than helping me. Like, he was asking a bunch of personal questions like where I'm from, where I go to school, etc. I don't want to sound self-absorbed, but I do get a decent amount of male attraction when I go out. Anyway, I started realizing he seemed to be hitting on me, and I found him overall creepy, so I reminded him politely about the laptop and that I was in a hurry. He was relentless though. He actually asked for my phone number after that. I made it clear to him I was uninterested. Luckily, I locked eyes with Taylor, who happened to be walking over, and I mouthed the word help to her. She understood, and she came over and called my name, saying, "Come and hurry." I said, sorry, I have to go, to the creepy guy, and followed Taylor away. We walked to the other side of the store. I told her I didn't want to see that guy again. He was obsessive and creepy and didn't get the hints. We left the store after that with plans of going shopping elsewhere tomorrow. We were both starving though, so we went to the nearby diner, which is open 24/7. We sat at a booth and looked at the menu. The place was practically empty at this hour, except for a lone man sitting at the bar, seemingly looking at the menu as well. His back was to me. I didn't notice him there 5 minutes earlier. He was in a gray jacket, but I recognized his hair. I whispered to Taylor to look at him. As we looked at him, he tried to subtly turn to look at us, but when he realized we were already staring, he looked away. It was him, the Best Buy worker. Oh my God, he followed us, I whispered. Let's go, I said, and we got up and left the diner. We hurried to my car, and I drove us home to my house as fast as I could. Taylor was sleeping over that night. To put it short, eventually there were 3 slow knocks on the living room window. We both shrieked and didn't know what to do. My apartment is on the bottom floor. It's him, we kept saying. We went to the window, but oddly couldn't see outside, like total blackness. The view of outside was blocked. We were too creeped out. We had to call the cops. When we got a knock on the door from police, we immediately felt safer. So it turned out the reason we couldn't see out the window is because a shirt was hung over the window, blocking view in or outside. Not just any shirt, a blue Best Buy shirt. Pinned to the shirt was a post-it note that said, "I don't work at Best Buy, bitch." So the police recommended I file a harassment charge. But the problem was I didn't know his name or who it was. They said I could get a lawyer and get the surveillance footage from Best Buy to find the guy, but it sounded like a lot of work. I let it go, but I stayed at Taylor's apartment for a few days. I still can't believe that guy followed us all the way to my house. Some people are dangerously crazy.
Okay, and that's the story of the fake Best Buy worker. Is that someone I see in your closet? Just kidding, can't see. Oh, wow, okay. It looks like my dad. Yeah, he already has ad. I've always had an ad, bro. I've always had ads. The reasons we couldn't see out the window was because Big Chungus was at the window and a Super Mario Brothers Super Show came on. Furiously slams keyboard. The reason why I was doing that was because it wouldn't pause. I tried pausing the video, but it couldn't pause. But yeah, you know, that happened. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay. Alright, guys, any video suggestions that you guys want me to react to? Is that a person I hear on the background? Actually, that is the upstairs. There's a person right above where I am right now, and that's why you hear creaking. There's no one behind me. See? You're an idiot. Continues to slam keyboard on his head. If I break my own keyboard from not pausing a simple video, I'm gonna lose my mind. I would have to get a new keyboard. Keyboards are like, what, $300? I wouldn't be able to get that. Oh my god, Slenderman is above him, behind him. Guys, there's no tall guy right behind me. I don't know what you're talking about. What is wrong with you guys? Hey guys, can you try to guess this character? I'm gonna like portray a character. I want you guys to try to guess it if you can. If I can find it. Give me a sec, guys. Alright guys, we're gonna play a little mini show called Guess That Character. It's almost Christmas, yeah I know. President Vladimir Putin behind you is riding the bear and drinking. Alright, again, can you guys guess this character? Here we go. Do you guys know what the character is? Funtime got it, Baldy. And Scout got it too. Yeah, Scout and Funtime both got it. It's Baldy. A light just flashed in my room. Guys, you better get all your math. You better get all those math answers right, or else Baldy's gonna hit you with this ruler if you get one answer wrong. You better be good at math. If you got it wrong, I call you. You better get all your math problems right, or else Baldy's coming. Have you guys ever played the game? I can't do math. Fun time. Baldy's coming for you. Baldy's gonna get that ruler. He's gonna hit you with it. If you can't figure out his basic mathematic questions. Now it's time for everyone's favorite subject, math. I was thinking about maybe I can make my own creepypasta called Baldi's Basics, and I can just narrate myself explaining pretty much what the person has done the whole entire game and how he escaped. What would you guys think? Should I do a creepypasta of me, of Baldi's Basics? You guys let me know if you want me to. My own one. Okay. Guppy, you said 5 minus 9 equals 1. If I ever find you in real life, you're going to be hearing. And I'm coming closer to you every step. And remember, I hear every door you open. I have to leave now, for real. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. I probably won't be streaming in 30 minutes, honestly. I might go soon. And to argument with my dad. Okay, buddy. What's 2 plus 2? It's easy. Okay, well, maybe not, actually. Hold up. If I remember from my kindergarten skills... Oh my god, I keep forgetting. Is it... I'm gonna guess 4? Is it 4? I don't know if it is. Fish? I get to call you since I got it wrong. Nope, because I already blocked you, Guppy, because you called twice already. I'll unblock you as soon as this stream's over. Anyways, let's just, I go die now. What, hey guys, what do you think we should react to now? I have no idea. In the meantime, I could just say, guys, currently G Fuel's having a buy one get one free sale. Go get your 2 tubs for just the price of one. I also got plenty more in the back there. We react to SpongeBob horror stories. Okay, I actually have a story. I actually have one. This is a creepypasta of SpongeBob, and it shows you the truth behind the TV show. And honestly, I think you guys are gonna like this one. And it will definitely make you think. It will definitely make you think SpongeBob differently after this. I've listened to it. It's a pretty good one. I never thought of anything I thought SpongeBob differently for like the first week after listening to it, but then I just forgot about it and just was laughing at that. Ah, I'm ready. That was that wasn't the best one, but hey, it works for me. Okay. So I must warn you guys that this video is 8 years old, so it might not be the best audio in the world. However, I do think it will be clear enough for you guys to actually be able to hear the video. I stopped watching him when I was 5. Really? You stopped watching SpongeBob at 5? How dare you? SpongeBob's one of my favorite shows. Next to Mickey Mouse Shorts. This video is about to make hate crime in Charzilla head. Really? Okay, buddy. Anyways, today we're going to be today you guys are going to be hearing truth behind SpongeBob SquarePants, and you'll definitely think of the characters differently after this. Here we go. No ads, yay.
I bet you've heard about the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants. You know, the show about the talking sponge, SpongeBob, who goes on adventures with his dumb starfish friend named Patrick, and the always unlucky Squidward. There's Mr. Krabs, the money grabber, and the scientist slash karate master squirrel named Sandy. Everybody knows about the show and how popular it is, but they didn't know the truth behind it. SpongeBob and his friends are actually the ghosts of humans that forcefully had to take over the bodies of sea creatures to survive. All of them have visions of the buildings and structures from their previous lives. SpongeBob was originally a kid named Bob. Bob was a nice kid, always helping others and always trying to stay out of trouble. But often, he did get in trouble, taking the rap for what other kids did, and often accidentally tripping someone when trying to help them. One day, when Bob was 14, he was riding his bike. He accidentally went down a steep hill and fell off, putting him in a coma. After 2 weeks, he eventually died and had a proper funeral. In his sea creature counterpart, he is still very nice and still gets in trouble. Patrick, in his past life, was named John. John was a couple years older than Bob, and they were actually very close friends. They lived in the same neighborhood and often played together. When he was 10, He was hit in the head very hard, giving him brain damage and an occasional inability to think. Then, for the last 5 years, he was always getting into extreme trouble, often hurting people, and was friendless except for Bob. Then when he was 15, he was having a moment of stupidity and climbed onto the roof. Then he tripped and fell off the roof, which cracked his skull and killed him. In his sea creature counterpart, he still acts dumb and is only friends with SpongeBob. Squidward's human name was Dan. Dan was a sore thumb, never playing with the other kids. He was always lonely, with no friends except for his clarinet and teddy bear, Zippy. Dan had a severe heart condition that would eventually lead to his end. His heart was so weak that if something surprising happened, if he got startled, he could have a heart attack. One night, he had a dream where Zippy was murdering him. This scared him so much that he woke up with a severe heart attack, which killed him. In his sea creature counterpart, he still gets scared often, and his only friend is his clarinet. Jim was the name of Mr. Krabs' human counterpart. Jim was from a wealthy family. Despite his family fortune, he was a money grabber and a pickpocket, often taking people's money and running off with it. He was always behind the rest of the family, having a mild mental condition. He also really loved piggy banks and cash registers, and owned a pet whale in a large fish tank. Because of these issues and oddities, he was laughed at by his whole family. His family had a big vault where they stashed all their money. And once, when Jim was inside, jumping for joy because his family gaining $1 billion, 3 huge bags of money toppled from a high shelf in the vault and crushed him to death. In his sea creature counterpart, he still hogs money and has a whale daughter named Pearl, being his pet whale. Sandy's real name was Sally, a teacher's pet. She was always winning the science fairs and often got all A+. Due to her intelligence, kids would come to her at recess and ask her to fix their math problems. Sally was a black belt in karate, often beating all her students. She would also make many custom fireworks at the country club, which gained her major popularity. Sally was on top of the world. In karate one day, Sally was fighting a master. She was doing well until she got kicked extremely hard in the chest, breaking her ribs and making her unable to breathe. This eventually killed her. Even though she isn't a sea creature.
I felt a sneeze, but it went away.
In her squirrel form, she was still able to build her tree dome and be a karate and science master. There are many other sea creatures who contain the souls of dead children. They yearn to see their families again and long for their previous lives. Maybe one day, when their fish form dies, these mournful souls will take over a new baby of their previous mother. If they cannot, however, they will be trapped in a fish body forever, roaming alone across the 7 seas.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the truth behind SpongeBob SquarePants. His voice, I don't like it because it's going to ruin my childhood. Yeah, people were leaving because they didn't want SpongeBob to be ruined for them. Dan vibing though. My question is, how did he get this information? Yeah, information. That's child abuse. How did he get the information? But how about their fish parents? Oh yeah, it's a good question because yes, we've had SpongeBob was about to move out. We saw SpongeBob's parents. And there was that one episode where we saw Patrick's parents. I don't know about Squidward though. Mr. Krabs had a little family reunion episode. So we saw that. But yeah, you know, that's that. Anyways, I don't know if I should even continue with this stream. I think that's it. I think we're good. We got what we needed. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I'm gonna try to forget what I heard from that SpongeBob and try to actually like the show. Can we go on a Discord call? Yeah, let's go to the awesome group call. Alright, peace out guys. I'll see you next time.